live right now. All right, folks. Coach Michael Burt here at my home office today. Cold, windy, rainy, messy. I got Chase Gruenig for another edition of Coach to Coach. Chase, where are we located today?
Dixon, Tennessee. I'm the other way. You're one way in Nashville. I'm the other way. It's still cold, rainy, all that nasty down here too.
Well, I was in Austin, Texas on Friday last week, and I was so excited to go to Texas because I thought it was going to be warm and sunny. And I get to Austin, and it's 40-something degrees and freezing cold. So I do have a trip to Fort Lauderdale scheduled in a few weeks to speak in Savannah, Georgia. So I'm hoping that I can escape some of this cold, because if it were up to me, I just go to Miami and stay for a couple of weeks in Miami and be perfectly fine.
And you're doing the jet to watercolor soon, right?
Doing the jet to watercolor in February, but I still think it could be a little cool in February down in watercolor.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. So Coach to Coach is where a couple old coaches get together. I almost remember John Gruden had the fired fraternity of coaches, where we get together with coaches that used to be coaches, but we didn't get fired. We actually just left and pursued a bigger game. And you went into insurance. I went into running a coaching business many years ago, and we get together on these monthly StreamYards, and we kind of talk about a subject. And something came to me today that Kevin Elko used to say, and he always said it with Nick Saban, who he was a psychologist for Alabama. And what he used to say was, motivation starts it and discipline finishes it. And it's something I say on my Friday finish almost every single week. It's like motivation starts it, like motivation initiates it. The word motivate means to move. Discipline is a derivative of the word disciple, which means to give yourself to a person or cause you believe in. And discipline kind of finishes it. And discipline is really where you step in. Something steps in to help you get something across the finish line that separates you from other people. It's like you don't want to do it, but you do it. And so how does this apply to an insurance business? It's in season. Everybody gets excited at the beginning. It's like we're coming to the season. It's going to be a big time. And then what happens toward the end of the 90-day cycle? Do they lose their motivation? Do they fall out? Because I'm sure you see that as a coach, like some people just kind of limp across the finish line.
Well, it's interesting timing, because today is December 8th. Our busy season ended December 7th, last night at midnight.
Okay.
And every Monday, I'd lead an operational call with all the operators that are our partners and members. And we had a significant increase today, right? We had about 50 operators on the call. Okay. Because we were out of our busy season. And one of the things I preached about today was I cannot stand when people limp in to the holidays the rest of the year. These next 2-3 weeks, I cannot stand when we're like, oh, I just got out of busy season and I'm just going to clean some things up. It's like, no, we got 3 weeks to go until Christmas and finish this year strong. And then on the flip side is I hate it when we have a slow January. So we talk about motivation, right? Motivation is really, I got all these goals next year and I'm looking at 2026.
Yeah.
But discipline is starting to act on those right now.
Yeah.
Instead of doing that in 2026. And that's what I've really been putting into place as action plans. What do we do now that can drive the needle for next year?
And the question really becomes, why do people not have self-discipline? The only lasting form of discipline is self-discipline. It's not self-imposed discipline. And, you got to wonder, I always think it comes back to there's something you just don't want. You don't want a better house. You don't want a nicer car. You haven't experienced enough pain in your life to have the discipline to do something, right? It's like when Dan Pink wrote The Power of Regret, which is a pretty simple book to read. He basically said there were 4 regrets: foundational, connection, boldness, and one other. I can't remember what it was, but he basically makes the argument in the book that regret is actually a good thing if it causes a person to change. Right? It's like, it's not a bad thing, because a lot of people say, I want to live my whole life with no regrets. Well, everybody's got a regret about something. It's like, I didn't treat that person right, or I wish I would have handled that differently, or I should have stayed connected to somebody. It's like To say you live your life and you got zero regrets, I think would be a lie. But at the end of the day, it's like that pain of losing, pain of embarrassment, the pain of not performing, the pain of having a chance to be the best and not. Like if either there's not enough pain, okay, to cause a person to change, or they don't want anything bad enough, to me, that is where the discipline breaks down. Okay. And so it's like, what does discipline really mean in the business world? I mean, I think it really means I do things I don't want to do. I don't feel like prospecting, but I prospect. I don't feel like following up, but I follow up. I don't feel like having a good attitude, but I have a good attitude. Right? Like when you think about insurance people, the ones who don't have discipline, like what does that mean to you?
Yeah. What is that saying you always say when left to our own devices? How do you say that?
We always contract to a place of comfort when left to our own devices. That means we always go back to comfort. If there's no supervision, we always go back to a place of comfort. That's what I'm saying there.
And what I would take that, and where I see the people that struggle, is insurance is a pretty easy business to get into. It's a very low barrier to entry, right? Anybody can get in it. And I see a lot of solo agencies. It's just me, myself, and I. They don't have anybody else but themselves. And I see that's where the biggest issue is. When you don't have someone else that's depending on you, or someone else to lead,
yep,
or someone else that forces you to be disciplined,
yep,
that's when we're left to our own devices and we retract. So to answer your question, I think I see people that are just there by themselves, doing it alone, have no support, no help, no community, no system. Yep. Those are the people that retract. Those are the people that are left to their own devices and ultimately lack the discipline that I see top operators have, like myself. I've got 1,000 people to support. I've got 25 employees. I've got 1,000 partners. I mean, I got no choice but to wake up and go get it every day because a lot of people are depending on me.
Yeah, and there's an argument to be made that when you go and commit to things, it forces you, the pressure forces you to play at a higher level. Like you know, I got a greatness factory, cost me $50,000 a month. I'm forced to, right? It's like if I want that greatness factory, I'm forced to figure out a way to make it work, right? Or some people just go, hey, I can't do it. I'm just going to give it back. I'm going to give it to the bank, or I'm going to sell it, or whatever they say. But I actually think if you step into the pressure will force you. It's like, I got to find another gear. When I'm playing around other players, I got to find another gear. Right? So when you think of discipline, it's kind of like persistence. It's the ability to embrace the suck.
Yeah.
Right.
I would say you got to force yourself to appreciate, whether that's hiring a person you're not ready to hire, buying an office that you're not ready to buy. When you make moves like that, it forces you to be disciplined or appreciate or become better, become bigger, become different. So that's what I believe in, is forced appreciation.
Yeah. And you know, it's like Pritchett talking about make your move before you're ready.
Oh yeah.
You know, make your move before you're ready. And this is very hard for people to do. It's like, I don't have everything together. It's not perfect. It's not in a box. It doesn't have a bow around it. It's like, you know, it's like, make your move before you're ready. You have everything you need to go make a move, right? Everything right now. You don't have to wait, because I'll hear people say, well, I'm not quite ready, or I need this, or I need that, or whatever the case that they're looking for, when they should just get into action, right? We call it going from mental creation into physical action. So let's talk insurance for a second. End of season happens December 7th, December 8th. Now what happens? Because I don't think a lot of people really understand what happens on December 8th. Is it just back to business as normal? Is like do people relax? Do they go into battle every day? Like, what do they do?
This is what I told our team this morning. Not a damn thing changes. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
That should be on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Not a damn thing changes, folks.
Yeah. Nothing changes. We may take a deeper breath and not have as much pressure because there's deadlines, but we're still running back-to-back at full schedules, and really we'll slow down for the week of Christmas. We do need to retreat to attack, as you say. Yeah. There's no doubt. There needs to be some retreat time, but that's not in the next 2 weeks. We're going to finish hard and put the pedal down. For people outside of our organization, we've got a big webinar next week, workshop, 90 minutes. I'm teaching, and I boiled it down to 3 things. People need more revenue. Insurance agents, they need more revenue. They need more leads, or they need more people.
Yeah.
And we found a unique way to solve all three of those things. And that's what it comes down to. I promise you, when you pull the curtain back on anyone's agency, they need one of those things. And that's all I'm going to be talking about next week, December 17th at 11 o'clock. I'm going to be doing it live at the Greatness Factory, actually. Okay. And I'll be discussing how to get more leads, more people, and more revenue in 2026. So that's the big one. And then we got a big event in Q1 at the Greatness Factory. You're going to be speaking at it where it's surrounding that same topic, but 2 days of it.
Now, let me ask you this. You come down to the Greatness Factory. You got an office down there. This week's a big week down there. We've got,
Wednesday. Looking forward.
Got a big week. We got me speaking Wednesday morning. We got Senator Shane Reeves coming in for the exchange. He sold a company for $66 million. He's got a new company called 12 Stones, probably $200 or $300 million company, while being a state senator, which is pretty interesting. He's going to talk about power, politics, and business. And then we got the great Dr. Price Pritchett, who wrote U Square, coming in Wednesday night. And then we're coaching again on Thursday. And then we're doing out at the lodge on Friday. When you hear me say a place of positive expectancy, the Greatness Factory is a place of positive expectancy. What does that mean to people? Because you got an office there. You come to events there. Your wife comes to events there. You do your podcast there. What does that mean to people if they're out there and they're watching us? Because I want to make an offer on Wednesday night for people to be members.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm just going to say, guys, you need to be a member here. Your frequency is your future, man. This is who you hang around, who you're around. What would be your argument for those people to join as a member?
Yeah. I mean, I've heard you say it before, and it couldn't be more true, as deal flow. I mean, that's a place of, when I think of positive expectancy, is I'm going in there looking to make deals. I'm going in there looking to do something bigger and better. And every time I go in there, it's key people, key relationships, and key partnerships that I come away with. Yeah. And I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned over the last couple of years is every major move in my life has come from people, partnerships, relationships.
Yeah. Well, you got an office, you use it as a good recruiting hub. You take meetings there, you do your podcast there. It's really a nice base in downtown Nashville. That's where action is happening. That's where movement is, so I really encourage you guys to check out what Chase is doing over the next couple of weeks. Come to the event, get down to the Greatness Factory on Wednesday of this week. Price Pritchett will be there. We're expecting a big audience. And I think it's going to be a great way to finish the year, because I'm like Chase. As a basketball coach, the minute the season ended, I may have taken 2 days off, went to the mountains just because I couldn't see straight. But by day 2 or 3, Chase, I was on to the next season. I was looking at my new team. I was doing postseason individual workouts. I was moving into spring practice. I was like to me, it's like, okay, that was over. That's good. Boom. I got a new team. I got new competitors. I got a new future. That's how every season was. That's how I think about it in the world I'm in now. It's like, okay, we had, December 31st hits. I go, okay, man, it's a new year. Let's chalk it up. What did we learn? Now let's move on to the next thing, and I go right up to the bell, man. I mean, right up to the bell. So I think it's another good edition of Coach to Coach, man. Good to see you again today.
Yeah. Love this one.
Motivation starts it, folks, and freaking discipline finishes it. And Chase says, what happens the day after season? What changes? Not a damn thing.
Yeah.
I love it. That's a good one, man. That's a good one. That should be a book title or a t-shirt.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. Great session. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.